want to try to diagnose one of these older style speedometers you'll see on some of these carts out here on the East Coast. I don't think they make these anymore. You can see this one is not on right now. It does have the connector on it, and I can turn it on. Nothing happens. Alright. Disconnect this little guy here. I know these speedometers pretty well, so I know which one is the power wire. Speedometer or voltmeter is set to 20 volts here, DC, and we will plug into our positive and negative on the power wire right there. You can see I got the probes in backwards, but either way we have 15 volts, 16 volts going to it, and that's partly because there's no reducer on this car. We're tapped into these two center batteries, which are 8 volts, so that's 16 volts together. That's that little red wire and that little black wire. So we do have power going to this speedometer unit. There's only one way to plug it in, so plug it back in there, and usually these things will corrode up here, and I can spray them with some WD-40 and they'll start reading again. But in the case of this one, you can push buttons and all that, but it's not going to come on. And I think with these, they usually come on once you press the pedal and give the sensor in the back something to read, and it'll kick on. But you see nothing's going on there. I've already checked the magnetic ring attached to the inside of the rim, plus the sensor itself. That is hose clamped to the axle. Everything has good clearance and everything's connected, so there's no problem there. It should be reading. I did find a lot of corrosion issues with the power wires going to the speedometer. It was still reading 16 volts, but I replaced all these connectors just in case it was seeing voltage but not enough amperage to actually power on the speedometer unit. So that's what we had. We had a broken fuse holder like that, bullet connectors that were corroded up like that right there. Sometimes you'll get a voltage reading, but without any actual amperage to travel through that connector, it still won't work. And there's another wire right there that was just wrapped in electrical tape, and you can see what's happened here. Corrosion. That's the other end of the butt connector. So I've gotten every single one of those replaced, and we just still have nothing. So we'll just have to replace the speedometer, and unfortunately I don't think they make that one anymore. Otherwise I would just replace that box. So that's it. That's how you diagnose one of those speedometers. If it's got power going to it and everything else checks out fine, then the unit will need to be replaced. Thanks for watching.